For today I have to assemble all the big parts: engine, gearbox, engine with the head cylinder, in order to check if the parts are fitting together on the frame. That means exhaust, complete exhaust, footrest, brake pedal. And I have also a problem. From my previous experience, when I have removed the engine from the frame, I have understood that you cannot disassemble or assemble an engine to the frame with the head cylinder on. And that I have to check in this moment, because I have to know before I have to know that before assembling the head cylinder on the engine. And I have this engine housing, and as you can see, in order to take out from the frame, you have to incline. Also, if you want to put on the frame. So if you have the cylinder and the head cylinder here, you don't have this liberty to remove the engine. So you have to incline in the front, pull out, take out, and you hit the frame here. And that is happening because of the frame. If we measure here, we have 23 centimeters on the engine housing here, and on the frame here we have 22.5, and this is the first area here where we have 23 centimeters. So that means you have first to put the engine on the frame. If you have the cylinder and head cylinder, you don't have enough space. You have to put the cylinder, the engine housing in the frame, move it in the rear. After that, somehow and put it like this. That you cannot do with the cylinder and head cylinder. Only with the cylinder I think it is possible, but with the head cylinder on the engine it is not possible. And we will check that with the engine, with the real engine, not this one. So it seems that I was wrong. You can put the engine on the frame with the head cylinder on, but not with the cover on. Rocker covers must be removed, and also you have to protect the frame very well, and by that I mean the painting of the frame. you have to put some resistant plastic or textile, because when this frame will be painted and it will look like new, you have to be very careful when you put the engine on the frame, in order not to scratch the frame. So that is a good thing, because that means I can start to assembling the engine, and to start the engine also. Okay, I will continue assembling the other parts: the gearbox, the exhaust, the foot pegs. These two spacers I have to put between the engine and the frame. This one, as you can see, it is in two stages here, and we have to assemble here in the left between the engine and the frame. If you can see, this hole is bigger than this rod. That is because this spacer, it will take this space here, and the other one, which is not in two stages, it goes here in the other part, where this rod, it has the same thickness as this hole. So we have this one in two stages in the left, and this one, which is simple, in the right. Now I have the spacer in place here. So now it is okay, as you can see. We don't have that empty space near the rod. Also we have the other one, which is here. This is not an easy job. In order to assemble the engine in the frame without scratching the frame, you need at least 2 persons. You have to be very careful. You need help. You need also help to put the spacers here, because it is difficult to put the spacer between the engine and the frame. You have to put this one first. Also, someone will have to keep the engine in place. After you put the first spacer, when you want to put this one, you will see that you don't have enough space, and you have to force with the lever to force the frame and the engine here to make the necessary space in order to put the spacer between the engine and the frame. If you put a lever here, it is not difficult to make the space, but you need something to protect the frame in order not to scratch the paint. So you need help. You have to be very careful, and maybe you'll have no problems to do this job. Now we have also the space here between the engine and the frame, because it is not dropped like before, when we did not have this spacer here. So this is the gearbox. You see the gears inside. These are the forks that you are actioning when you change the gear. It fits nicely here. It follows the frame. Also on this side. This should be the mount for the horn. I have the horn I will assemble later. Now I have to assemble the exhaust. You have to check these parts if they fit correctly. The exhaust, it seems to follow correctly the position on the frame, but we have a problem here. This mount should be here on this hole. That means the straight line here is too long. This is not a problem because we can cut and adjust here the dimension in order to have this hole of the mount here on this hole here. In these two holes we have the foot peg, and that means this mount of the exhaust, it have to be assembled here with a bolt of the foot peg. I have to try also with the other elbow. This is not with chrome. The rear lamp, it fits okay in the holes, but it seems that the mount doesn't have the same profile as the fender here in this area. I can straight this part up, but I will not do this for the moment because I still want to see if this area is from the factory. And to be honest, even if it is not from the factory like this, I think I will leave it like this. We will see. Also, here should be the mount of the fender. That means that the mount of the lamp, it should be like this. Okay, I'll have to check that. I'll search some images on internet and maybe I'll find out what is the correct position. I have solved the problem of the seat. In the previous episode you have seen the seat was touching the tank here, and the problem was this mount. I have changed this mount. I had another one. This is the first one that I have used and it was not good. And this mount was on this seat, which is in a bad condition. It is made from leather. I understand this is the original one from the factory for BMW R35. At least the owner have said that. And it seems that we have two models of this mount. So we have solved this problem. I will change the springs. We have original springs. These are aftermarket, not original. I have the original but not here. So I have solved the problem with the seat. The tank is good. It is not touching the cylinder head. We have two new elbows for exhaust that we can use. We have checked if they fit. If I will cut this one, it will fit. If I will use this one, it will fit. So this problem is solved. This is the brake pedal. It is okay. This is a part we have also in the other side for the foot peg. So we can continue with the fenders. We have to establish which elbow we will use, but for the moment this is not a problem because we know that we can solve this. The gearbox I have inspected visually and it is okay. I have to disassemble to make the gearbox in parts. We have also another gearbox which is fully functional and complete. So I just have to work to clean the parts, change the bearings, seals. Also I have to check these holes here to put the BMW marks here. This hole I have to cover.